After drafting Fernando Mendoza #1 overall, it's time for a new era of Raiders football, and with the Madden scientist taking over the helm as head coach, it's time for me and Mendoza to save this franchise and bring them their first ever Super Bowl in Las Vegas. I have a maximum of 5 years to get this done, or else I have to buy this 99 overall Mendoza card and discard it for the bare minimum. And unfortunately, as it currently stands, I don't have enough coins to buy them. So if we fail today, I'm gonna have to spend an exorbitant amount of money on packs just to afford them. So this could very easily turn into a $1,000 video, and I'd much prefer for that not to happen. So let's lock the frick in here, boys, and save my bank account. Which this definitely isn't going to be the easiest task in the world, because despite getting the hard part out of the way, getting the franchise quarterback, this team still has so many holes. And we like to spread positivity around here, so I suppose I will start with a few positives on the squad, beginning with left tackle Colton Miller. In my opinion, one of the best tackles in football, and it's massive for a young rookie quarterback to come in and have an all-pro caliber tackle protecting his blind side. And outside of Colton Miller, I mean, we got Tyler Lindenbaum, the new signing, Jackson Powers-Johnson, so two young offensive linemen that should be mainstays there on the interior. I mean, yeah, we got to improve at left guard and right tackle, but like I said, for now, we're focusing on the positives. And another positive, superstar tight end Brock Bowers, who hopefully will be a good safety valve for Fernando Mendoza the first couple seasons, which as long as we can afford him, he should be around for the entire rebuild. It might get kind of expensive, because I'd be surprised if he didn't get up to a 99 overall. And the other only real positive on offense, Ashton Jeanty. Obviously, this guy's an absolute stud. He struggled as a rookie because the offensive line was horrible, but 83 overall, and he's still extremely young. He should progress quite rapidly and hopefully turn into one of the best running backs in football, which would obviously take some pressure off the young rookie quarterback. But when it comes to the offense, that's just really it, unfortunately, when it comes to the positives. I mean, some okay receivers, but we need basically a whole new receiver room, probably 3-4 new receivers. And as mentioned, I have to find a way to improve at right tackle and left guard. And moving on to the defense, where there's honestly probably less positives in the offense, and that's not a good thing. I mean, the only real positive is Max Crosby here. Outside of that, it's really just a lot of mid. You got Teron Johnson here, 84 rated, the second best player on defense. Got young Gerard McCoy behind him. He fell a lot in the draft, but a high overall cornerback, which hopefully he can stay healthy and develop into maybe a mid-80s rated cornerback. But outside of that, fellas, I wouldn't be too opposed to replacing the entire defense outside of the few guys that we did highlight. So unfortunately, quite a lot of work to be done here and not a lot of time to do it. And to be honest, there's not really much I want to do to the team before we get to the first offseason. What I will start by doing, though, is simulating to the trade deadline and maybe see if there's some players on expiring contracts we're not going to re-sign that maybe I can get some value for at the trade deadline. But outside of that, boys, I really don't think my work's going to begin until the offseason, which hopefully you guys don't mind if I sit down for this rebuild. Or at least for the most of it, because my freaking back hurts. So I'm not going to lie, boys, I expected it to be bad, but not this bad. Funny enough, first win of the season came against the Patriots week 1, and after beating the reigning AFC Conference champions, we literally dropped 6 in a row, which honestly might be a good thing. Outside of Mendoza's progression, which is pretty important, with us having such a bad year, we currently hold the #3 pick in the NFL draft. So I'm telling you guys, first man I can think of is Jeremiah Smith. Imagine the scenes given our young quarterback Jeremiah Smith and Brock Bowers to throw to with Ashton Jeanty to hand the ball off to. So I kind of hope we don't win any more games and we can finish with a top 3 pick, because Jeremiah Smith would be perfect for Las Vegas. Which, yeah, our offense is one of the worst in football, which doesn't really surprise me. Our defense isn't that bad, though. Which, yeah, it doesn't look like Mendoza's going to be winning Rookie of the Year or anything, but it's not horrible. I've seen a lot worse. Which, he is up to a 76 overall. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more progression, but hey, a start's a start. Okay, this is a little worrisome. So, even in his second season, Jeanty's still putting up subpar numbers. The offensive line's still bad, but I didn't think that bad. I mean, obviously, still not giving up on him. He's up to an 86 rated. He'll be fine. Yeah, when Trey Tucker and Jack Beck are your leading two receivers, I feel like it's pretty obvious in the offseason you need to make a pretty big splash at the position. So hopefully we can find a way to do that one way or another. And hopefully we can also learn how to get the ball into Brock Bowers' hands a little bit more often. And defensively, I mean, kind of as we expect, man, Max Crosby, 7 sacks, probably on pace for a 15-plus sack season. Rookie Brandon Cleveland not doing too bad, 4.5 sacks at the midway point. And Jacoby Dean, Quay Walker, 2 of our big offseason signings. At least they're showing their tackling machines. Now, to my surprise, there's actually only 4 players in the entire team that are on expiring contracts. So maybe I try to get rid of Jordan Meredith, or is that even worth it? I know this might sound like a crazy take and all, but I really don't think we get much in return for a Jordan Meredith. Smith. Yeah, not even a single offer. So honestly, it might just be in the team's best interest if we just let the squad ride the way they are the rest of the season. Just really hope there's a world out there where we can finish the season with maybe 2 or 3 wins, get a top 5, hopefully a top 3 pick so we can land Jeremiah Smith, while at the same time, Ashton Ginty and Fernando Mendoza keep progressing. Wait, dude, how does that happen? I refuse to believe we just finished off the second half of the season with 7 wins. After losing to the Chiefs, oh my god, dude. We literally won 5 games in a row. Thank God we went on this 3-game losing streak. We might have made the freaking playoffs this year. Like, how in the world? Which, like, this is honestly, like, worst case scenario, dude. Like, we still missed the playoffs, and at the same time, we killed our draft orders. There's absolutely zero chance we get Jeremiah Smith now. We're picking 15. Like, I don't know that can get us. Like, we desperately need to get ourselves a receiver somehow. The latest mock draft has Jeremiah Smith going forward to the Vikings. Dude, that's just not even fair. Him and Justin Jefferson in the same offense, like that, no, we gotta ban that. Gotta be an amendment to the Constitution, man. But us at 15 has us taking right edge, which I'm not doing that. Like, unfortunately, there's no other receiver that's really worth taking. So I'm wondering if there's some way, somehow, 'cause I feel like it's like way too rich for our blood to be able to go up and get to 4, get Jeremiah Smith, but maybe, just maybe, we can trade up to 10 and still get Cam Coleman. Could still be a solid #1 receiver for Fernando Mendoza. He'd step in day 1, be the #1 receiver. Obviously, he's not going to be as good as Jeremiah Smith, but like, there's not many people on the planet that are. So if we can trade up 5 spots to 10, I feel pretty content with taking Cam Coleman. I got to see, our offense jumped up to 17, so we're about middle of the pack offensively, and defensively, we came in top 10. I mean, all things considered, especially when we had 1 win at the trade deadline, this isn't the worst outcome for Mendoza, man. Like, 16 picks, yeah, we want to limit those, but 3,600 yards, 24 touchdowns, we can work with this. Okay, that, my friends, is more like it. And this is probably why we went on that crazy winning streak. A huge improvement in Ashton Ginty second half of the season. Exactly why the Raiders took him #6 overall as a running back. 1,200 yards, or basically 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns. I'm assuming with those numbers, he's all the way up to a 90 overall running back. We take it, boys. Now, the receiver room, Trey Tucker, 1,000 yards. Not really what I expected. How did Brock Bowers finish behind Jack Beck and Jalen Naylor? Like, we got to find a way to get the ball into Brock Bowers' hands more often because he's just too good, dude. He's our best player on offense right now. 95 overall. He's got to be touching the ball like 80, 90 times this season. But still, good seasons from Jack Beck, good seasons from Trey Tucker, although I don't see any of these guys as long-term options. Now, defensively, Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker combined for about 250 tackles between the two. Freaking Nakobe Dean with 10 tackles for loss from the middle linebacker position. Max Crosby, dude. We have got to win this guy a Super Bowl. 20 sacks on the season. It's got to be a Raiders record. 99 overall. Got screwed out of his move to Baltimore, but he's still a Raider through and through, and I feel like we've absolutely got to reward this guy with a Super Bowl. And dude, like, who the frick is this guy? Brandon Cleveland, 12.5 sacks. He might have won Defensive Rookie of the Year. And like, who? Like, up to a 77 overall draft pick out of NC State. Like, never in a billion years did I expect this, but dude, we might have a superstar in our hands. Which actually, let's go look, dude. Joe Burrow wins MVP, surprise, surprise. Mike Vrabel wins Coach of the Year. I'm sure Diana's excited. Now, AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Jamar Chase. We didn't have anybody in the top 10 defensively. Max Crosby wins it, so we had some silverware individually this season. Now, the Rookie of the Year awards, unfortunately, this first season are a little scuffed. Madden's a bad game, so they're kind of intertwined with the new rookies. So the real Rookie of the Year is Omar Cooper. Mendoza would have came in 3rd behind Casey Concepcion, so not the worst finish in the world. It's kind of crazy to me that Jack Beck came in 5th. Now, Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Keldrick Falk. We had Cleveland come right behind him, so my Tennessee Titans, they had the real Defensive Rookie of the Year winner. Cleveland, though, I feel like is robbed. But still, at the same time, heavily exceeded every single person on the planet's expectations for him. Which this right here is some of the most important news we'll see all season long. Mendoza, at the end of his rookie year, up to an 83 overall. That is a 10 overall boost from the start to the end of his rookie season. We absolutely can work with that, boys. No questions about it. Which at the end of our first season, the squad comes in as an 83 overall, 85 offense, 81 defense. Honestly, man, with the progression of some of our young guys, I'm actually a little hopeful for the future for the first time in my life. And this guy right here, Brandon Cleveland, I'm really hoping after his crazy season, he can get that dev trade up from normal to at least star, maybe even superstar. If that's the case, we have ourselves our defensive tackle in the future. That can save us a ton of money at the position. Maybe we could also see Ginty go up to X Factor, maybe Mendoza up to superstar, which none of that happened at all. Wait, just kidding. Our big boy Brandon Cleveland, all 6'3", 309 of them, did get that star development, which means he might get to the mid-80s next season. season. And also somebody that I completely failed to mention here, Tre'Davious Stoops. He might be our free safety of the future. He was drafted as a cornerback, but he's more than likely going to play safety in the NFL, which is why he's playing free safety here. And at the end of his rookie season, his first year ever playing safety, up to star development with a 75 overall. Not to mention K'Ron Crawford here. I believe he was the Raiders' 3rd round pick. He's also up to star, 75 rated. I don't think he did much this first season. He only put up 2 tackles all year, but maybe he could be a future starter for us. But the other incredible news, boys, is that it looks like we have $150 million to spend. Now, the only unfortunate thing is I don't feel like there's going to be many good free agents in this first offseason, so I don't know if we're going to have anybody to spend it on. I mean, like, should I just go ahead and re-sign Joseph Meredith just because I have all this money? I mean, I still would like to replace him, but if I do re-sign him here, maybe he does become trade bait in the future. 3-year deal, $8 million a season for a 76 overall bridge player. I don't think that's horrible, and he's not re-signed, so it doesn't matter anyway. Do I franchise tag him just to troll? Like, I'm gonna have $100 million left over. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it just to make him mad. I mean, he's getting $21 million, so maybe I'm the idiot here, but I'm doing it just to be a troll. What you did want to see in the latest mock draft. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Wait, Cam Coleman is actually projected to go 16 to the Bears. How huge would that be if I don't even have to trade up? Like, the mock draft could always change. The mock drafts are typically very, very accurate. And maybe I still do trade up a spot or two, but how incredible would it be if we still get our man without even having to trade up anything? Again, I would have liked at the same time, maybe if Jeremiah Smith fell a little bit, which is impossible. Like I said, there's just no way we can go from 15 to 4. And now we might not even have to go up from 15 to 10. But I do think it's officially time to be disappointed in this year's free agency class. Okay, I totally lied. I've never in my life, I've never ever seen George Pickens be a free agent after the first year. I guess the Cowboys didn't franchise tag him, but oh my God, what a #1 receiver to potentially add. Dude, if we could give Mendoza, George Pickens, and Cam Coleman in the same offseason, oh my God, we would be cooking. You best believe I'm putting every single dollar into this guy. I mean, if he's the only free agent that we sign, I'm perfectly happy with it. Our first offer, hopefully, is going to be the top offer, which it is, thank God. Now, like, do I sign anybody else? Like, is it worth it giving Harrison Smith a 1-year deal just for the heck of it and let Stoops develop for a year behind him? Again, I have the money, so I guess why not? And again, all the guys that we sign on 1-year deals, we very easily could just trade them at the trade deadline next year if we're not competing. We do need defensive tackle depth, and I know we were raving about Brandon Cleveland, the rookie that balled out year 1, but we still do need some other big bodies in that room, so Puna Ford is going to get them a 1-year contract offer. Oh, Daniel Jones made it to free agency. If we didn't have Fernando Mendoza, I might would be interested. I wonder, should we give a little contract to, like, maybe Tevin Jenkins here? Let him play left guard for us? Let's do it. Tevin Jenkins, he'll get a nice little 2-year offer, maybe a 3-year deal. Unfortunately, though, nobody else really entices me. Just kidding, actually. Malcolm Rodrigo got famous on Hard Knocks. We have one Sam linebacker on the roster, and he's a freaking 71 overall. So I wouldn't mind locking up Rodrigo for the next 4 years. So if we can land all 5 of these guys, boys, I would consider this already an A+ offseason, even if our draft sucks. But, like, obviously, most importantly, George Pickens here. I would rather miss out on all 4 of these guys and get George Pickens than get these 4 guys and not George Pickens. It's really George Pickens or bust here. The unfortunate thing is this is all decided by the Madden coding gods. Like, I click a button, it simulates. Even though we have the top offer, like, a lot of the times they don't sign. Let's hope this one time that the top financial offer reigns supreme. George Pickens, will he be a Las Vegas Raider? Come on, boys, it's huge! And obviously, all I really cared about was Pickens, but outside of him, we did land our other 4 targets. So, dudes, even if the draft sucks, I feel like we had ourselves an A+ offseason. As long as George can stay out of trouble in Las Vegas, he's going to be a good George. Now, I really hope that we simulate this bad boy to the draft here, and we go to the latest and greatest mock draft, and the positioning hasn't changed at all. I really would prefer not having to trade up and having to worry about losing out on Cam Coleman. Give Mendoza, George Pickens, Cam Coleman, Brock Bowers, and Ashton Jeanty. Dude, that's a potential Super Bowl winning squad right there. Which the latest and greatest mock draft. Number 10 has Justin Scott going. Cam Coleman is, though, projected to go 13 to the Bucks. So, unfortunately, we might have to trade up a couple spots. If the trading doesn't go well, like, Caden Green wouldn't be a bad backup option. Like, he could step in as our long-term starting right tackle. But, like, obviously, I want Cam Coleman at this point. Like, Cam Coleman, George Pickens, we are set for life at the wide receiver position. But it's like, do I go ahead and try to make the trade now or, like, wait until the draft? Now, before we keep going, I gotta put you guys on something that I've been using that's been coming in super clutch. And that's where today's sponsor, Chime, comes into play. Chime is America's #1 choice for banking. And honestly, it's kind of changed the way that I think about money. So I used to just let my savings sit there and basically do nothing, which I totally thought was normal, but little did I know I was missing out on a ton. But with Chime's high yield savings account, you can earn 3.75 APY, which is 9 times the national average. So instead of your money just sitting there, it's working for you. There's no fees and no minimum balance requirements, and the part I like the most is how easy it is to stay consistent. You can set savings goals, do automatic transfers, even roundups, so every time you spend, it's quietly stacking in the background without you even thinking about it. It's honestly a great way for people to actually save. And if you're more into spending than saving, Chime has 5% back with their Chime Card in a category of your choice: groceries, gas, dining, travel, and more. You pick what fits your life, and you can change your selection every month, so you're earning cash back on purchases that you've already made. So if you're actually trying to get your cash right here in 2026, start automating your savings and make your money work for you. And if you sign up through my link, you'll get a $75 bonus with the new Chime checking account. You can click their link at the top of the description box below, or just scan the QR code on the screen. And also with Chime, you can get paid up to 2 days early with their direct deposit, which once you have it, you don't want to go back. And don't you forget to sign up through my link for that $75 bonus. Which the draft has officially started. I think I'm gonna go one by one up until like pick number 10. If he makes it past the Seahawks, which is what the first mock draft had him going to, if he makes it past the Seahawks, I think I'm gonna pull the trigger and move up to 13 with the Bucks. Because again, the mock drafts, especially the last mock draft, is typically pretty accurate to how the actual draft goes, although there's been plenty of times I've seen it go differently. So just because the mock draft hasn't fallen to 13 doesn't mean he's going to. As his first pick is going to be Dante Moore. The Browns select Dylan Stewart. Passing up on Arch Manning is kind of crazy. Jeremiah Smith goes 3 to the Panthers, which I'm not going to lie, fellas. I don't know, like I didn't pay attention to that last mock draft if he actually moved up from 4 to 3. So the Vikings miss out on a generational opportunity of having Jeremiah Smith and Justin Jefferson on the same wide receiver core, which in turn, who do they go with now? They're going to go with Colin Simmons. That's not a bad consolation prize. Second best edge rusher in the draft. So let us just hope here. As Arch Manning goes 6 to the Dolphins, let us hope that our main guy can make it to pick number 10. Jade Mayava goes 6 to the Cardinals. They get their quarterback of the future. 7, Texans go Amari Washington, defensive tackle. Chiefs here go defensive tackle again, William Echols. Saints, they go left tackle, Trevor Gooseby. Now, as long as he falls right here, boys, Seahawks on the clock, and they select Justin Scott, big defensive tackle. So we'll go 2 more picks. Okay, I'm not going to lie, actually. Would the Cowboys go Cam Coleman here since they just lost George Pickens? I'm actually kind of worried now. So the Commanders go Leonard Moore. Are the Cowboys going to ruin my dreams? I'm actually really worried now. They're going to go and take Cam Coleman 12. Oh, I told you guys, it's a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. Oh, was it worth it? Was it worth it getting George Pickens, paying him all that money if we could have got somebody just as good of him with our first round pick? Oh, it's so unfortunate, man. Crashing out a little bit internally, not going to lie. I told you, fellas, that the mock draft wasn't always 100% accurate. Now, what even happens now to the draft? 13. They go Bryant Westco, so we can't even get the receiver from Cleveland. So, do we not get the right tackle that I wanted? Oh, God, 14. They go Boubacar Traore, so it does seem like I'm going to have to take the consolation prize at the right tackle position. There are some other relatively good wide receivers maybe I can get in the second round, but none of them are going to be as good as what Cam Coleman would have been. So, yeah, that's a little disappointing, but we'll have to find a way to make it work one way or another. Now, it's like, do I want to take Caden Green here, who is a beast of a right tackle, which we desperately need right tackle. He's a freaking monster. But at the same time, somebody I know that's just as good, if not better, is Jordan Seaton here out of LSU via Colorado. It's like I could play him at right tackle. It's just like I don't know who's the higher overall. Or it's like screw it, or I try to trade down a little bit. Which I'm not gonna lie, these offers are horrible. Like my Titans, they're trying to prey on my fandom. Literally just offer me a 5 and a 7 to move down 4 spots in the first round. That's just garbage. So I do believe, fellas, we're just going to stick and pick here and not get too crazy. Like, again, man, it's just like, what do I do here? I'm gonna be crazy. I'm gonna do it. I know the mock has going Caden Green. I just think Jordan Seaton has the higher ceiling, though. The Cowboys have completely derailed our plans, but hopefully it was just all meant to be, as hopefully Jordan Seaton can be just as good as Colt Miller is on the left side on the right side. Having 2 franchise tackles for Mendoza might be more important than having 2 #1 receivers. But he comes in as the 10th best player, got him at 15. Again, I don't know what Caden Green's overall is, but can't be mad at his value whatsoever. Comes in hidden development. So yeah, we missed out on Cam Coleman, but again, man, maybe life works in mysterious ways, and this was the better pick. But I still do desperately want to try to pick up a receiver in the second round. Again, it's not going to be remotely as close as what Cam Coleman would have been. But dang, dude, there's still a Norris Sellers on the board. Darian Mensah, Julian saying that's crazy, actually. Like, part of me just wants to take, like, Norris Sellers and trade him, because he's probably like a 75 rated rookie quarterback. We're not going to do that, though. Got Nick Harbor on the board, Jaden Greathouse, Ian Strong, Ryan Williams, but I don't think he's good in this game. He's going to have normal development because he lacks discipline. He's blazing fast. They did him dirty, man. Ryan's better than this. F catching traffic. Get out of here. If his ratings were more realistic, I'd probably take him here, but he's not going to fall out of the first round in this draft class. Mario Carver, on the other hand, also runs a sub 4.4. He could be our slot receiver. A catching, A release, A deep route running. I know it says round 3 to 4 projection, but screw that. I mean, it'd just be a slot, but like I feel like he's definitely one of our options. Obviously, Nick Harbor is the other one, but he's not going to have hidden development. He's going to be normal. But 4.31 is crazy. But like a lot of his stuff sucks though. F catching traffic, F release, F short route running, F spectacular catch. No, dude, I think by far our guy Mario Carver here is going to be the best pick. We're going to make the selection, and Mario's going to come in as 12 in true value. What the frick? Is that Rashee Rice? Again, I didn't expect him to be this good, but comes in 12 in true value. Hidden dev, 94 speed, 95 acceleration, man. Him and George Pickens together, brother, they're going to cook. Let's stay on this heater, though, boys, into the third round. Hopefully get another beast of a pick. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This might be dumb. This might be very dumb, but I might go quarterback here just to use as trade bait once we develop him. John Mateer here, sitting here. He apparently is acidic, but he's around 1 to 2 talent sitting here in the third round as a quarterback, man. The fastest in the draft. One of the strongest. And I know he's never going to start for us, but just based off of pure value here, and maybe use him in a trade down the line to bring in a superstar, John Mateer is going to be the pick. Never in a trillion years. This is how I expected the draft to go. But John Mateer is going to come in 31 in true value. He has hidden development as well. I'm telling you guys, I know he's never going to start for us, but he might end up being the most important pick we've made today. What an insane draft, brother, and it's probably going to get even crazier. Now, here in the fourth round, like, what a name we got here. Prince Will Uman Milan. He's not going to have good development, but he looks like a stud. I mean, look at this dude, still sitting here on day 3. I think he's absolutely, as an edge rusher, worth a 4th round selection, and he's going to come in 50 in true value, land him at 111. He does have normal dev, but 87 speed. We definitely can find a way to make this work. Which I immediately pick again here in the 4th round. Yeah, this projected undrafted free agent cornerback actually looks pretty freaking good. Julio Humphrey, B man coverage, B press, B tackle, C zone is not the most common thing to see a DB this late have a B in one of his coverage skills. So I think he's worth the shot. Like, he's not going to develop fast or anything, but Julio as a 4th round pick is going to come in 47 in true value. The heater continues. Got him at 117. Like I said, normal dev, but again, be some good cornerback depth for us. I'm not gonna lie, I might take like the best wide receiver left on the board, and then after that, I might just trade down. Nick Harbor's still here, but he must suck. Like, the only way he's gonna fall this far is if he's horrible. Which I'm not gonna lie, none of these receivers I care about. I don't think there's anyone over like 70 rated here. None of them have hidden development either. Shaz Preston's probably the best one, but I think I'm gonna stray away and just I don't know if there's anybody good left in the draft, to be honest with you. Jordan Ross, honestly, probably the best player. He's the fastest left edge at the combine anyway. He, again, I don't think he's going to be like anything higher, maybe a 71 rated. But at this point, man, that's good value for a 5th round selection. Okay, he sucks, actually. What in the world? I mean, hidden dev, yeah, but I'm a little disappointed. Like I said, fellas, I'm pretty positive I'm just going to trade the rest of my picks away. Get some better picks for the next year. Which we just got offered a 2027 5th and a 2028 6th from the Lions. I feel like it's pretty good value, dude. I think we're going to take that. Wait a minute. I might have found some good safety depth here. Kerry Moore. I mean, he doesn't look phenomenal or anything, but I already saw he has good development. I guess I didn't see him the first time around. He's going to come in 109 in true value, hidden development, not bad at all for a 6th round pick. Which again, we are going to be just trading away this 7th round selection, hopefully for something half decent. Like a 2027 6 wouldn't be bad. Yeah, so how about a 2027 6 from the Dolphins? Not bad at all. But now time to see the damage, boys, as we simulate the end of the draft to check out every single one of those rookies' overalls. Brother, that is not bad at all. Like, that Mario Carver guy comes in as a 76 overall with 94 speed, 95 acceleration. Jordan Seaton, he's going to start at right tackle as a rookie. 77 overall. John Mateer, I'm honestly more excited about this pick than any of the other ones. 73 overall quarterback we get in the 3rd round. Why he fell this far, I have no idea at all. It's weird, actually. But I'm not complaining. But again, maybe after a year or so of him developing, we could flip him for something half decent. We got Prince Will comes in at 72 rated. Julio Humphrey, supposed to go undrafted, comes in at 72 rated. Jordan Ross, I mean, kind of mid, but not horrible for a 5th round pick. And even got good depth for free safety with a 70 rated in the 6th round. I do want you guys to see the disappointment on my face as Jeremiah Smith was an 82 overall, man. If we wouldn't have won 15 games in the second half of the season last year, we could be going into this next season with Jeremiah Smith and George Pickens, dude. But unfortunately, we even missed out on Cam Coleman, who only came in 1 overall higher than the wide receiver that we got in the 2nd round. So I'm honestly not too mad. We get ourselves a freaking tackle of the future here, as it looks like Caden Green actually would have been the same. He was also a 77 overall, so maybe I should have just taken him because he's a natural right tackle. But again, not horrible. It could have gone a lot worse. I could have taken Nicky Prongos. As our team headed into the 2nd season, actually looks pretty promising. Like, the only 2 additions I feel like we even need on offense is maybe an improvement upon Tevin Jenkins. I know we just signed him, but he's at least better than Joseph Meredith this season. And probably just 1 more solid wide receiver. I mean, like, Jack Beck was good last year, as was Trey Tucker and Jalen Naylor, but I feel like we have like 3 number 3s. And we could like stand to use maybe 1 more number 2, which I might actually end up trading away 1 or 2 of these receivers and get something else in return for them, because there's just no point in having all these guys, because like a couple of them aren't going to get playing time. Then defensively here, I mean, I still feel like we look pretty solid. I mean, we definitely could use a better will linebacker here. I've definitely seen much worse as the team comes in 85 rated, 88 offense, 83 defense. And maybe actually try to trade those receivers away to acquire a better will linebacker. And also, like I mentioned, boys, very interested to see this season how much John Mateer can progress as the backup. Because if he can get to like a 78, 79 rated, I really feel like this guy's going to bring in a haul next season. Again, I just have absolutely zero clue how he fell to the 3rd round. But when it comes to deciding which of the receivers that we want to trade away, probably Trey Tucker. I know he's the highest rated of the 3, but he has 1 year left on his contract. He's probably going to ask for like $10+ million as a wide receiver too. I don't want to give that to him, so I might as well get something for him in return. And also probably Jalen Naylor. Like, he's paid a little bit. Jack Beck was solid for his last season. So I mean, I think if we go into the season with George Pickens, Jack Beck, Mario Carver, and some of these guys, I feel like we'll be fine, especially if we can get improvement at the will linebacker position. There's probably going to be some teams offering me something for Trey Tucker and Jalen Naylor. Rome Odunze is not what I expected at all. Okay, well, let's lock in for a second. As much as I want Rome Odunze, it's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a will linebacker. Or do I just do it? What is this? What are the Bears doing? I know it does say the Bears are interested in Trey Tucker, and that always manipulates the trade system a little bit. Like, but I mean, I'm not going to complain if they want to give me Rome Odunze. I'm just a little confused. Yeah, it's by far the best offer. Like, I know I said we needed a will linebacker, but like, screw that. I think I'm going to do it. Wait, how many years is left on his contract? He has 2 years left before we have to pay him, man. So imagine we somehow turn Trey Tucker and Jalen Naylor into Rome Odunze and have our new Mario Carver, George Pickens, and Rome Odunze for Mendoza to throw to. Oh my God, brother. I can't believe they're also like throwing in a 4th round pick like they're doing us a favor. I'm going to submit this through. The trade's accepted. What the frick? That's literally like one of the weirdest trades I've completed in any of my franchise rebuilds. Like, I don't know where that came from, but again, I'm not complaining. Wait a minute, dude. Why are these guys still free agents? This is actually insane. Hold the phone, dude. Brandon Aubrey, he's the best kicker in football. Like, you best believe I'm gonna sign him. Like, I know we don't really need defensive tackle or anything, but like, DJ Reader, like, why not? Like, he's 83 rated, bring him to the squad. And it's like, Stephon Diggs, here's the thing though. Like, he'll help us this season, but that would probably ruin the progression of our young wide receiver. So I don't know if that's worth it. Now, I wonder, like, Dontavian Wicks as well. Like, if maybe as a wide receiver 4, if we trade away Jack Beck. But again, we'd have to pay him at the end of the season. So I feel like it's probably actually best if we don't sign anybody else. But those 2 free signings, I'll definitely take. So I'm glad we signed Brandon Aubrey because we didn't even have a kicker on the roster. Now, I do want to see, since we acquired Rome Odunze, if we can move Jack Beck on for a starting will linebackers. Like I said, dude, it is bad over there. Our starter, well, the only guy we have on our roster is Jafari Harvey. And like, maybe somebody else that we can ship on is Aiden O'Connell, because I know like he's only 70 rated, but that still holds some weight at the quarterback position, with only 1 year left on his contract too. So maybe we get something for him, which is actually hilarious, because this is the first offer that we get. Why are they giving me a 3rd round pick with this? What is happening? Teddy Buchanan, 76 overall, 23-year-old will linebacker. Not bad at all. Again, I don't know whether we're throwing in a 3. This is crazy. So let me see if there's just like somebody better I can get out there manually. Ooh, Cedric Gray from my Titans could be kind of nasty. He would actually be perfect. He's a scheme fit for us. Titans do need wide receiver. They could use a backup quarterback. I have no idea if it's going to be accepted. I'm going to try, though. It's not accepted, but it is super, super close. And keep in mind, fellas, we got some extra picks from trading back last year. We got a 4 here. Maybe get out. Let's not use the 4s. Use a 5. Use one of those 6s. And see what my Tennessee Titans say. They accepted the trade, boys. Oh my God. Cedric Gray, welcome to Las Vegas. Now with that addition, we should be ready to roll, boys. Now up to an 86 overall team with an 88 offense. Got that defense up to 85. Again, what I'm gonna do this season is simulate to the trade deadline. And if we're having a bad season, maybe we trade some players on expiring contracts, get some more picks in return, or maybe if we're competing, maybe try to acquire somebody else to help us maybe go on a playoff run. Dude, we're 6-2. Dude, what is happening right now? We currently own the 2 seed, just a half a game behind the Ravens for the 1 seed. So it's like, what do I do? Do I try to do I trade some picks to get good players right now, or do I just do I take things slow? I mean, we'd actually started off the season with 5 straight wins before losing games to the Chiefs and Bills, which is understandable. But you gotta keep in mind, I know this is a fantastic start of the season here at the trade deadline, but remember last year we had 1 win at this point. We won 8 in a row, or won 8 the second half of the season. So things could go just like it did last year, but flipped, where we had an incredible first half of the season and a terrible second half of the season. So I need to stay even kill here, not do anything way too crazy, and not jeopardize the future of the franchise. But at the same time, try to maybe make a move or 2 and see if maybe we could actually, just in the second season, earn the 1 seed. Which before we do anything, there are 12 players who want to renegotiate their contracts. We have a lot of money to do it too. Jeremy Chin, who I do feel like we need to re-sign. Poona Ford, I mean, he was a good 1-year contract, but I don't want to bring him back on $16 million. Michael Mayer, he's a good backup tight end, but I'm not giving him $11 million to be a backup. Again, DJ Reader, not give him $16 million to come back and be a backup defensive tackle for us. Joseph Meredith, I completely forgot I franchise tagged him, which is funny, but I probably won't re-sign him. Harrison Smith is probably retire. So I'm not going to lie to you guys. Oh, no, hold on. Brandon Aubrey, do lifetime deal. 7 years, just accept it off the rip, please, Brandon. Let's go. But I'm not going to lie. Out of all these options, the only player I'm really interested in bringing back is Jeremy Chin here, one of the OGs. I feel like a 3-year deal is fine. Maybe bump it up to a 4-year contract, up the salary just a little bit, which hopefully he'll accept, which he does. So I do want to see how we even got to this point. We have the NFL's #1 offense, which is that's a little crazy. That's a little wild. We'll have to see how. Defense, not as good as last year, but still top 20. That's fine. But how in the world we have the NFL's #1 offense? Because Mendoza's put up an absolute banger. 2,000 yards, 22 touchdowns, 5 interceptions with a perfect completion percentage. Oh my God, Fernando. Let's see, at the halfway point, he's up to an 85 overall. Should go up a little bit higher. But dude, if he stays in that trajectory, man, he has a second half just like his first half, there's a chance he could maybe win an MVP or at least fight for it. So happy about that. How about Genty? Putting up much better numbers when he had last year at the halfway point. 651 yards, 5.2 yards per carry, and 6 touchdowns, which he is up to a 91 overall, so I think he's only gone up 1, which is a little disappointing, but again, progression's better than nothing. Now, through the air, George Pickens, you incredible human. 617 yards, 9 touchdowns. Much better performance here from Brock Bowers. Probably why our offense is doing so well. We're actually utilizing Brock freaking Bowers. But look at this, man. This is an insane offense for Mendoza, dude. George Pickens, Brock Bowers, Mario Carver, Roma Dunze, and Ashton Genty taking all the targets. And I feel like that's how it should be. Now, defensively, Quay Walker leading us in total tackles. Weirdly enough, Kwity Paye leading the team in sacks with 7. Max Crosby only was 6. So that's a little disappointing. But again, as boring as it is, fellas, I do think I'm just gonna let it rip, man. I think I'm just gonna keep the team together how it is, because they're obviously doing well enough. I mean, we're up to an 88 rated, 91 offense, 85 defense, which is insane, man. Jordan Seaton starts the superstar, which is great, already up to an 80 rated right tackle. John Mateer, who I was interested in, up to a 75 overall. And I do want to see right now, as a 75 overall rookie quarterback, what somebody would be willing to trade me for. I'm not going to do it, because obviously I want to wait till maybe he's like a 78, 79 rated by the end of the season. But I'm certain somebody's going to give me an incredible package. So the teams out there smart enough to know I want 2, 3 first-round picks for them. So they'll maybe wait until next year. So let's go ahead and simulate this bad boy to the end of the season. Maybe earn the first-round bye. And yeah, maybe this might be a year too early. Maybe we really won't, go on a Super Bowl run or anything. But with the progression that we have made from year 1 to year 2, if we make the same leap from year 2 to year 3, maybe year 3 we really could win the Super Bowl. Dude, 14-3 in just year 2 is absolutely nuts. I will say, slightly disappointed that 14 wins didn't get us a first round bye because Lamar Jackson and the Ravens had a generational season. But dude, you cannot be mad at winning 14 games on a team that just had the first round pick 2 years ago. And just because we didn't earn the first round bye doesn't mean we're not going to go on a Super Bowl run here. Literally, the only game that we lost second half of the season was to the Patriots week 14 on Monday Night Football. So we were literally 3 points away from winning every game in the second half of the season. Okay, so we didn't finish with the league's #1 offense. I mean, number 5 will have to do. Defensively, we're about 12th, which isn't bad at all. Dude, Mendoza really might have won MVP, man. 42 touchdowns, 13 picks, again with a perfect completion percentage. And don't forget, we also got to check on John Mateer's progression. But let's see, Ashton Jeanty. Before we go see also if Mendoza won MVP, Ashton Jeanty with a phenomenal season. 1,300 yards, 5 yards per carry, 10 touchdowns, not bad at all. Look at Mendoza too, 6 rushing touchdowns, love to see it. Which with him having, again, a total of 48 touchdowns, he really might have won MVP unless Joe Burrow threw for 60 touchdowns, which he's capable of doing. Yeah, no way we beat him. Yeah, dude, the guy had what, freaking 50 touchdowns? Literally, like, get him out of the league, man. Get him out of Madden franchise. It's impossible to ever win MVP when this guy's alive. Let's set our focus back on what matters the most, and that's the team, boys. Through the air, George Pickens, man, what a gosh dang signing. 105 grabs, 1,400 yards, and 18 touchdowns. Again, a massive free agent signing that I never even expected to make it to free agency. So just out of nowhere, dude, we're adding a guy with 18 touchdowns and 1,400 yards this season. Brock Bowers, love to see it. Much better in Fernando Mendoza's second season. The rookie, Mario Carver, not bad at all. I don't think that's going to be rookie of the year numbers, but still, very, very solid as obviously the third best option on the team. Romadunze, too. I mean, like, I was kind of hoping for better numbers in this, but it's fine. 700 yards, 57 grabs, 4 tutties, and Jeanty as well, putting up some numbers out of the backfield. Now, defensively, Quay Walker led us. Oh my god. Dude. He legit put up like 20 sacks in the second half of the season alone. Like, how does that even happen? That's going to be an NFL record. 24.5 sacks for Max Crosby, which obviously I think means he wins back-to-back Defensive Players of the Year. I want to know how that happened. Quiddy Pay, dude, as well. What a signing he was. I didn't even do that. He started on the team at 15.5 sacks is just nuts. And this guy, again, Brandon Cleveland, like, what do you mean he's a future starter? This guy up to an 81 rating, which I feel like he should be higher than that. Because you think about it, man, he has put up over 25 sacks, 26 sacks in his first 2 seasons in football from the freaking defensive tackle position. Also, shout out Trey Stooks, who didn't start at free safety this year because Harrison Smith took over. Don't know how he accumulated 105 tackles, but good for him. Let's see it, man. Let's go get disappointed when we see Fernando Mendoza came second in MVP voting, which, okay, wow, what a shocker, came in third. He might not be able to win MVP today, not just because of Joe Burrow, because we might win a Super Bowl before then. At least we selfishly have this. Yours truly wins Coach of the Year over John Harbaugh, who won more games, but we take it, dude. We deserve it. Joe Burrow also wins Offensive Player of the Year, stole it from George Pickens. It's like Joe Burrow, he's selfish. You also had Ashton Jeanty and Mendoza come in the top 10, so you love to see that, man, when you have 3 players in the top 10 of the Offensive Player of the Year voting. Now, Defensive Player of the Year, if it's not Max Crosby, I will be shocked. We're not shocked around here. Quiddy Pay also came in the top 5, too, which is awesome. Offensive Rookie of the Year, just to check, goes to Arch Manning. Carver actually came in 3rd, but it was going to be pretty much impossible for him to beat out 2 rookie quarterbacks. Now, Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Amari Washington, who was a top 10 pick. We unfortunately didn't have anybody in the top 10, but a lot to look at before we start this playoff run. At the end of his second season, Mendoza all the way up to an 88 overall, which does mean, boys, if he wins a couple playoff games, he could be in the 90s for season number 3. And dude, there's like so much to look at. I don't even want to focus on here. Teams up to an 89 rated. Brock Bowers, he's almost a 99. Jordan Seaton as a rookie right tackle, which tackles in this game, you guys know they don't progress too fast. He's up to an 83 overall. Jeanty up to a 93, which I'm a little surprised he's progressing as slow as he was. I thought he'd be like a 95 by now, but he's not too far off. George Pickens up to a 92. Romadunze up to an 86. And the rookie receiver, Mario Carver, up to an 81. And also, I told you guys I wanted to keep tabs on him. John Mateer up to a 77. So there is, like I said, a very realistic shot that we could trade him next season for a superstar. Which, out of pure curiosity, I did want to see Cowboys. Cam Coleman, okay, he's a beast. Cam Coleman's quite the stud, up to an 83 overall superstar. But to be fair, Mario Carver put up better numbers than this. And what about the team's progression on the defensive side of things? Max Crosby still a 99. Trey Dan Stoops up to an 80. Kwity Paye after his incredible season up to an 81. He's probably going to ask for $1 billion. Cedric Gray, our new trade acquisition, up to an 83. Ben Cleveland, again, I'm surprised only up to an 81. Rob McCoy, I told you guys we'd keep tabs on him. He's been fine at the cornerback position, up to an 83 overall. But I do think it's like a year early for this team to win the Super Bowl. But at the same time, like, they're at 89 overall, 92 offense, 87 defense. Like, they very easily could go on a run here. After all that gloating, though, watch me get first rounded here. So we'll say losing to CJ Stroud and the 9-8 Texans after winning 14 games, that'd be pretty disappointing. And nah, it is a massive, massive dub. 41-19, not even freaking close. And now we have to take on my Tennessee Titans and ruin their dreams. 41-19 is crazy, though. Oh my God, Mendoza, you stud. 400 yards, 5 touchdowns. Genty didn't even do anything. George Pickens, oh my God. George is a crazy boy. 4 touchdowns in the same game. 8 catches, and half of those were freaking touchdowns for almost 200 yards. Insanity. So unfortunately, let's see if we can keep it going and do the same thing to my Tennessee Titans here to advance into the AFC Conference Championship game. In just our second season, we won again, but not nearly as much of a blowout. How we went from scoring 41 to 13 points is beyond me, but I'm not asking questions, fellas. 13-7, a win is a win in my book. Not as good for Mendoza, but did enough to get the dub. On the ground, Genty didn't do much either. Cornell Tate outshined our receivers, which as a Titans fan excites me. But Carver balling out, Pickens balling out. And now all we have to do to make it to the Super Bowl in just our second season is get past the 1-seed Ravens, which is going to be tough, boys. As you saw, they have 15 wins this season. But can we actually do it, man? Can we make it to the Super Bowl in just our second year? If we don't win, you best believe we'll be right back here in season number 3, and we did win. And oh my God, it's against George Pickens' former team. Holy crap, how is this happening right now? 22-18. I mean, it's a pretty even game from start to finish here. Mendoza, great game, no interceptions, outshined Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry outshined Ashton Genty, but at least Genty got the touchdown. George Pickens, again, absolute masterclass, as we're literally just 1 win away from completing the challenge in just 2 seasons, which would be great for the old bank account. I gotta see, though, how'd they do this? How'd they take down the 1-seed Giants here? Pretty even matchup. Dak with a good game. Jackson Dart with a stinker. I want to see Cam Coleman, pretty good performance. 8 grabs, 60 yards, and a touchdown. So, fellas, it's gonna be Cam Coleman versus George Pickens for the Super Bowl. As a team, man, Cowboys looking pretty good. They haven't really added anybody of note. Caleb Downs is an absolute freaking stud. So if we do actually beat the Cowboys here, I wouldn't be surprised if they made it back next season with all their young studs. But it's time, boys. Are we going to complete the job right here and right now and take the franchise that just picked number 1 2 years ago to a Super Bowl ring? But as always, all that blood, sweat, and tears put into building this team will be decided if it was worth it by the click of a button. I need you locked in here, boys. I want to blow out. I want a 67-0 ball game. 7-3 early on. Not a lot of action. Definitely Cowboys still hanging in there. It's 10-6. Like, I don't like it at all. Cowboys take the lead. 20-10, no shot. Oh my God, dude. I don't know how this feels. Like, this is the first time in a long time that we have lost a Super Bowl simulation. I thought we were going to end the challenge miraculously in season number 2, but unfortunately, Cam Coleman and the Cowboys take down George Pickens and the Raiders. But remember this pain in your heart, boys, because this time next season, we'll be right back here and we'll actually win the whole goddamn thing. What happened, though? Mendoza didn't do much. Prescott didn't make a mistake. Couldn't really run the ball, man. They couldn't really either. So after we played so well offensively all season long, we decided to have one of our worst games in a long time at the absolute worst time. But we always look for the positivity in the midst of the negativity, as we have Mendoza up to superstar following that run. George Pickens up to X Factor. So as disappointing as it is that we didn't pull off the miraculous 2-year rebuild, I am very confident that we'll be right back here next season. Also, very shocked that Harrison Smith didn't retire. Trey Dan Stooks is up to a superstar. It's never what I expected. But brother, I'm excited, man. Like, I think with the money that we have to spend, which if I'm not mistaken, okay, wait, Harrison Smith still could retire. I'm a little sad. He's gonna retire, isn't he? Which is fine. We have superstar Trey Dan Stooks. But what I do know, fellas, is with as good of a team we have $151 million to spend, some players to trade away, a whole draft class to go. Like, I'm telling you, we might not only just like make it back to Super Bowl next year, we might go 17-0, which, yeah, it looks like Harrison Smith did retire, but I'm more concerned about this guy. I think our 6th round pick apparently is a superstar after like not getting any playing time. I guess that's how he started. Not complaining, but I feel like we're just getting extremely lucky today. Outside of the Super Bowl loss, of course. But we got all the crying out of the way. It's time to lock in here for another offseason and hopefully put together an even better team next season, which a lot of money's have to be spent the next couple seasons, as Brock Bowers' 5th-year option we have to accept. Same thing with Roma Dunze. Have to give him a massive contract extension too. But outside of accepting those 2 5th-year options, I think we let the rest of these guys ride off into the sunset. That is free agency. Actually, like it says $28 million for Michael Mayer just feels a little rich. Like $9 million a season for a backup tight end. I don't think I can do it. I can draft his replacement, or maybe even sign his replacement, depending on how free agency is here. Come on, give me another big free agent like George Pickens. Okay, that's disappointing. Leonard Williams is the highlight this year. Brian O'Neill. Oh God, dude. It's like, do I even spend the money here? Like, who do I even spend it on? Yo, what's this guy doing? You are Bernard. He's the guy from Nigeria that never played football before, got drafted in the 7th round. Apparently, the Eagles did not like him at all because he's a free agent already. I kind of want to sign him. He's only 24 years old, so he's gonna get a lot better. I mean, he's gonna cost a lot more money than it would be just to draft a defensive tackle. But like him and Brandon Cleveland would make for an insane interior. So I'm going to give him a 5-year contract and see what he says. Again, I don't know what to do with my money, dude. Like, Kobe Durant here. Do I sign him? I mean, we got a good cornerback room. There's no point in it. Do I sign Brian O'Neill to be our left guard? Like, is that what I do? I mean, he's not going to take over for Jordan Seaton. We want him to play there. And I might as well do this since I have the money. Hopefully he signs. He can be our starter at left guard next season. Be an improvement upon Tevin Jenkins. And also, do I just say screw it, do what I did last year and sign Leonard Williams to a 1-year contract? This feels so wasteful having $100 million in cap space because it doesn't roll over. We're not his top offer. Again, I don't mind giving him the top offer just for a season because that salary cap will come off our books for next free agency if we make it there. So, in a relatively stinky free agency, hopefully we can sign all of our targets, which we did. We take it. It's not like a huge needle mover or anything, but again, better than nothing. Which takes us to the draft, boys. Which the latest and greatest mock draft, which I'm assuming we're drafting 31st this year, has us taking Josh Martinez, right tackle. Wait, why did the Jets have the last pick? How in the world are the Cowboys drafting 26? Did they make a trade? As the Cowboys go in this guy, Cedric Blackmon, who, oh my God, 46 reps of the bench press? There's no way. Everything on him's A's. We can't let the Cowboys get this guy. They beat us in the Super Bowl. They somehow miraculously got the 26th pick. No way, no how. If this guy is as good as I think he is, I need to trade up for him. The 2nd straight year, I wanted to trade up for somebody and didn't do it. I feel like I do it this time. The Cowboys, they sniped Cam Coleman from me. I'm going to trade up and take this guy out of spite. He might not even be that good, but I'm doing it. I'm going to do it. And I'm not even taking chances here while the Jets have 3 first-round picks, which is insane. That's so funny. I just looked up on that. That guy's insane. So just to move up 5 spots shouldn't be that rich. So, like, maybe a 4... and then like a 6 from 2028 since we have an extra one. Like they might even accept this, which they do. Let's freaking go. So we already know who we're targeting here. Watch me do all that and get sniped again. It looks like I don't see him drafted just yet. I really hope it was worth it. And that'd be like the luckiest pick of all time because he just fell right into my lap. Which, is he still there? He's a right guard, right? Was it, wait, did he get taken? Or was it he got taken, didn't he? Oh no. He absolutely got taken. Oh God. Oh God. When did he go? Hello? Oh, I'm on crack cocaine, dude. What am I talking about? He's right here. Oh, I think I was just so worried I got taken. I swear I'm on drugs. I'm not, though. I'm not for YouTube's guidelines. Cedric Blackmon. Oh, I got very scared he was gone. This guy, I'm telling you, I've never seen somebody rep the bench press that many times. And you guys know, if you're familiar with the channel, if they bench a lot, more than likely their overall is pretty correlated with that. The highest I think I've ever seen is like 42. This guy's about to come with like 89 strength. Everything's an A. He's got to be like the best player in the draft. Maybe like 3rd at worst. Cedric Blackmon. I mean, if he's as good as what I think he is, might just let him go ahead and start right away and trade away Brian O'Neill, who we just signed. But he looks like a stud. Looks like a big boy that knows how to block. and he is going to officially come in as the best player in the entire class. And the only reason I even found it out, I was mad at the Cowboys for not having the last pick in the first round. Hidden Dev, of course, 99 strength. I have never, ever drafted a player in Madden franchise with 99 strength. So I'm glad I saw you, Cedric. I'm glad you are still here, as you might turn into one of the best offensive linemen in football. Dude, I don't know how the vibes can get any higher than that. We have the 31st pick in the second round, but I feel like everything else in this draft is just going to be a disappointment. Well, you know, I did say I need a backup tight end now. Trey Cullen here looks like he's going to be Hidden Dev. He looks okay. Probably the best tight end left. 8 catching, 8 run blocking, a pretty good combination. He's going to be the Michael Mayer replacement behind Brock Bowers and come in, 95 in true value. Got him at 63. Hidden Dev, not the fastest. I told you guys every pick after the first one was going to be a disappointment. Maybe we can make up for that, though, with our third round pickup coming. Hold on, there's just no chance there's a guy named Sheldon Justice and he's not a beast. Good discipline, comes in 31 reps of the bench press, 32 at the combine. One of the fastest guards in the draft as well. But dude, look at those A's on the board. His run block is horrible. A awareness, though, A pass block, dude. This guy, I think, is about to be another stud. Sheldon Justice, it just sounds like an all-pro guard. Comes in 34 in true value, makes up for that last stinker pick. Hidden Dev as well, perfect speed, perfect jumping, as that's 2 out of 3 A+ picks this draft. Let's hopefully make it 3 out of 4 here. I think you guys know where I'm going for this one. Projected undrafted free agent defensive tackles at this point in the draft is literally perfect. Perry Pierce, again, just an incredible name. Like, off the name alone, I'm probably going to draft him. Good discipline, hidden development player. 41 reps the bench press, brother. Is this another stud? Nothing looks bad on him at all. He's a beast. Perry Pierce is a beast. He's the pick, absolutely. 11 in true value in the 4th round, dude. It's crazy. 93 strength, perfect speed, 81 acceleration at 353 pounds is nuts. I'm not going to lie to you boys, if I'm going to put together a crazy trade package next year, I think I'm okay with the draft at this point. You can trade back the rest of our picks, which the Colts here are giving me a 5 and 2 6s in the next couple seasons, so we'll take that for sure. Got the Saints offer me future 6 and 7, and then surely I'm not going to get any crazy offer for what is pretty much the Mr. Irrelevant pick, right? I mean, the Dolphins offer me a future 6. I suppose we'll take it. Dude, out of all the drafts we've done today, I'm actually so excited to go see what those overalls were. I feel like that Cleveland fella, the first offensive lineman that we took, I have a feeling, man, he's about to be an absolute stud. 83 overall, dude. If you ever see somebody rep the 225 in the bench press 46 times, you got to take them. 83 overall, 99 strength is insane for a rookie. I guess Trey Cullen wasn't a bad backup tight end pick with our second round selection. You know, just not as sexy as an 83 overall. Then we got a 75 in the 3rd round and a 77 in the 4th, dude. What a banger. Okay, which to be fair, this did seem like a rather stacked draft class, but I feel like we did pretty well. So going into our 3rd season here, boys, I feel like we got some big trades to make. Oh, how I despise this dumb game sometimes. How this company just randomly middle of the season adds an update to the game, and that update just apparently breaks the depth chart every single time you generate best lineup now. The right guard goes to the backup. I despise it. I hate it. They better fix it. I'm gonna be a mad man. I'm gonna be a mad guy. Like, literally the entire depth chart, like, offensive lineup thing, they're all out of whack. I hate it. They gotta fix it. But first, let's talk about John Mateer that we are going to trade away here. Now, actually, I wonder if the best course of action is simulating the trade deadline, because it'll probably go up in overall a little bit more, maybe about 1 or 2 by the midway point. And if that's the case, 1 or 2 overall difference in a quarterback's value is astronomical in this game. Because the difference in like getting something in return for a 77 rated quarterback versus 79 could be the difference in an X factor, maybe just a superstar. Which is still saying there's no offers, which is dumb. But keep in mind too, we got Brian O'Neill, who, like, I know I just signed him, but like I don't mind trading him away, because we have young offensive linemen now. I didn't expect to get a freaking 83 rated left guard. So is that the move? Like, we're okay with them together. I wonder if it's just a glitch for the quarterback on its own, but like together we're getting some pretty good offers for these 2 guys. So I think that's what we're gonna do, boys. We're once again gonna simulate this bad boy, this trade deadline, and make one of the biggest blockbuster trades you have ever seen to make this team as good as possible, so this doesn't happen again. Well, would you look at that? Quite the opposite of where we started from. Oh, and we were literally 3 points away away from being undefeated. But let's see if we can improve the team here at the deadline and maybe finish the second half of the season without a loss. Which, let me take care of this paperwork first. Oh my god, dude. We have $99 million to work with to re-sign Max Crosby, Jackson Powers-Johnson, Cedric Gray, Quay Walker, Eric Stokes, Kwity Paye, Nakobe Dean, Teron Johnson, DJ Glaze. Oh my, there's no way. There's no shot I re-sign all these guys. Oh, we're gonna have to pick and choose, and obviously, gotta lock down Max Crosby. No chance to let him move on. Dude, his cap hit is gonna be $45 million a season. Oh, we're not gonna be able to sign like 2 more players. He accepted, which is nice and all. But my God, I'm going to have to pick and choose here. Cedric Gray, I absolutely want him to come back for sure. Will linebacker, going to be costing $9 to $10 million a season. 5-year deal, he's going to accept. Not giving me any issues at all. Now next, Quay Walker, what's he going to ask for? He's going to ask for also about $10 million. We have Nakobe Dean. We probably don't need to actually give money to 2 different middle linebackers. Eric Stokes, I mean, he's not asking for much actually. Only $5 million to be our cornerback number 4. We'll do it. We'll lock him in. Eric Stokes, he accepts. Okay, like I said, I only want to give money to 1 of the middle linebackers, and that's going to be Nakobe Dean here over Quay Walker. So 4 years, again, $10 million a season is crazy, but we got to lock him in. That is going to leave us with $31 million to work with. Teron Johnson as well, dude. Like, he's 83 rated. He's going to go down in overall. I suppose since we just locked down Eric Stokes, we'll unfortunately not re-sign Teron Johnson because $11 million is crazy. Now, again, none of these guys I really care about. Kwity Paye, though, he's been so good, but like the thing is, I don't feel like I can give him $11 million a season when we got K'Ron Crawford sitting there in the wings who's not too far behind him. So, like, I feel like it's going to come down between Kwity Paye and Jackson Powers-Johnson, who's going to be asking for $17 million a season, man. He's only 24, and he's going to get better and better, and it's so hard to get good offensive linemen, high-rated offensive linemen in this game. 5-year deal for Jackson Powers-Johnson, who does accept no issues. So that does mean this upcoming offseason will be losing Quay Walker, Kwity Paye, and Teron Johnson. Before we have to worry about that, fellas, we do need to go in and make a blockbuster deal. Well, actually, I got to see how we're doing. We had the best offense in football. That's always great. Defensively, we are 6th. Mendoza's putting together another masterclass. Again, should compete for the MVP if Joe Burrow dies in this simulation. Now, on the ground, Genty, what a season from him. 728 yards, 5.5 yards per carry. He might get to like 1,500 yards this season. We have George Pickens, again, 10 touchdowns on the halfway point. Everybody doing about as I expected, though, in the receiver room. Defensively, we have Max Crosby already with 11 sacks. I mean, he had, I think last season he had, what, like 6 sacks at this point, and he ended with 24. So, like, is he about to finish with 30 sacks this year? Like, no wonder he asked for $45 million a season. Oh, but what we also have to check, boys, is this team's overall. Because at the midway point, Mendoza's up to a 90. But John Mateer did go up by 1 to a 78, and that is huge, boys. As we mentioned, what we are going to be doing here is trying to trade him away for something of value. Now, again, also in this deal, who we're going to be shipping on is none other than Brian O'Neill. He's not even been playing this season, and that should save us some cap space the next couple of years. But again, he's been the backup to Jordan Seaton all season. And also, I'm not going to lie, fellas, I don't mind shipping on a draft pick as well. Like, if I can throw in my first-round pick, and I got a ton of 6s that I don't mind shipping on that we got from trading back last couple seasons. So a couple 6s, and let's see. I feel like we're about to get an astronomical offer, which we should when you're trading away a potential franchise young quarterback, a potential franchise tackle, a first-round pick as well. And we're going to get offered T. Higgins, Denzel Ward, 2 players in this deal. I need somebody that makes sense here. Jahad Campbell would be crazy. Like, the thing is, too, I don't even know, like, what player it is that we need. Like, I just want somebody, man. Somebody that makes our team better. Which, I mean, like I said, Chris Olave is crazy. We don't really need receiver, though. Cameron Kitchens would be good. It's like, I feel like it's going to make me go and try to make a trade manually because I feel like we could do better. I don't need all these picks. Imagine we could go ahead and get the long-term replacement for Kwity Paye. Maybe somebody who's on a cheaper contract. I do feel like that is going to be the move, boys. But the big question is, who is our target? Abdul Carter. Is that too rich, man? He'll still be on his rookie contract for the next 2 seasons, or this year or next year. I think I'm going to try it. I have no idea whatsoever if this will be accepted, but I feel like, I mean, it's a young quarterback, good offensive tackle, first 2 6s. We submitted through, and the trade was accepted. Holy crap, brother. Now, on the defensive side of the football, I know that was a lot. That was a lot to trade away. But fellas, at this point in time, on the defensive side of things, outside of this incredible offense, we now have Max Crosby and Abdul Carter both rushing the opposing quarterback at the same exact time. Brother, we have built a 92 overall team with a 96 offense and 88 defense. I'm shocked the defense is that low. It should be higher with Max Crosby and Abdul Carter, but I think we'll manage, fellas. Which we do actually need a backup quarterback now. You know what, dude? Let's get Jameis Winston a ring. But let me tell you, boys, I will be shocked. Absolutely freaking shocked if we do not earn this year's 1 seed. And I feel like it is well deserved. And hopefully this year and afterwards, hopefully we can right our wrong from a season ago and actually finish the job. 15-2, boys, we'll take it. Oh, the 1 seed wasn't even close, man. We probably could have rested our starters the last month. Literally got the 1 seed by 4 wins. Only 2 teams to beat us in the season were the Bengals and then the Chiefs. And dude, the Ravens, who were last year's 15-2 1 seed, we just beat them week 17 by almost 40 points, man. Dude, if our defense plays like this, there's just no shot we're not winning the Super Bowl. Finished with the league's #1 offense, and defensively after the Abdul Carter trade, we also finished with the league's #1 defense. Mendoza with the year of his career, 4,700 yards, 43 touchdowns, 7 interceptions with a 74% completion percentage. That is crazy. Again, who knows if he beat out Joe Burrow for the MVP, but we will go and check. Now on the ground, Genty with his best ever season. Dude, all the stars are aligning. There's just no way we do not win the Super Bowl. Insane year from him. Gotta be one of the best seasons in Raiders history. George Pickens, what a season. I was expecting like 25 touchdowns after what he had at the halfway point, but we're not complaining at all about this production. I mean, let me tell you, he is mad. He was mad about last year, and I'm kind of hoping that we get to play the Cowboys again this year. Which first, defensively, Max Crosby, 20 sacks again. Abdul Carter finished with 10. Did the Cowboys even make the playoffs? They actually didn't, which is hilarious. But let us see. This year's MVP goes to Fernando Mendoza. This is a rare sign. Like normally it's Burrow winning every year, but we take it, boys. Some individual silverware for somebody who also hopefully win a big-time team award. Yours truly also wins back-to-back Coach of the Year. Well-deserved, I must say. Oh, look at this, dude. What a sight to be seen. We literally had to finish 1, 2, and 3 in the Offensive Player of the Year, which I'm assuming at the same exact time, we had the Defensive Player of the Year. Dude, we have assembled one of the best teams of all time. One of the best teams ever. There's just no chance, no how, we don't finish this season as this year's Super Bowl champion. Which, going into the Super Bowl, we have officially assembled a 93 overall team with a 97 offense, 89 defense. Mendoza up to a 92 overall, Genty up to a 97, Pickens up to a 95. I mean, basically, for the most part, have 3 receivers over 85 rated. Come on, go ahead and give me that first round matchup that we're going to beat by 50 in the divisional round, the Broncos. We already beat week 7 by 17 and beat them again week 17 by 8. I don't want this to even be close, brother. I want this to be a 35-point dub, bare minimum, okay? That's a little scary. 35-point margin of victory, 3-point margin of victory. Don't care as long as we came out winners. 27-24, fourth quarter comeback by the skins of our shafts. A little scary, but a win's a win. 400 yards from Mendoza. Genty couldn't really get going, and George Pickens, what a performance. And now all standing in our way of a back-to-back Super Bowl berth is the Buffalo Bills, who we also already beat in the regular season by 14 points, week 11 away from home. I just refuse to believe there is absolutely no way, no how, we do not take down Josh Allen here and make it back to right our wrongs from last year. We have made it! Oh, we are one step away, boys, from hoisting that Lombardi trophy and completing today's challenge. Another relatively close win, 24-17, got Josh Allen's best game. Another game where we win it in the fourth quarter. Decent performance from Mendoza. Again, Genty can't really get going right now in the playoffs. If we're going to win the Super Bowl, man, he's got to get going. And Mario Carver, dude, what a game from the youngster. And again, good game from old George. And the only thing standing our way is the Grassi posse. Which, like, I mean, obviously they got a good roster, but let me tell you something, boys. They don't got a Las Vegas Raiders type roster. Which, quick update pre-Super Bowl, yes, Fernando Mendoza following that MVP up to an X Factor. And then defensively, any changes? Doesn't look like it. But it's finally time to get this bread, brother. It's time to get last year's sour taste out of our mouths and hopefully win this game by 100 points. Come on, brother. My heart can't take 2 straight Super Bowl losses. Not looking good so far. 3-0. I don't care if it's 3-0, 2-0, 5,000 nothing. I want to win here. What? Okay, this is weird. Don't like it at all. 10-0 though. 10-7. They're hanging in there. We're down by 4. We take the lead. Oh, my God, dude. Too close for comfort, but I will take it. 17-14, the prophecy has been fulfilled. We have brought the first ever Super Bowl back to Las Vegas, completing today's challenge, saving my bank account. The Madden scientist does it again, boys. And here's the question for you Raiders fans. Would you rather have me or Tom Brady? Now, if you're interested in another rebuilding masterclass, you can click right here to watch me save the Arizona Cardinals with Jeremiah Love.